Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's deep dive into a story that's been making waves across the entertainment world. I'm thrilled to be here with you on this Friday evening, May 16, 2025, to talk about a major development involving the R&B superstar Chris Brown. This isn't just a headline. It's a story packed with lessons about the intersection of fame, legal accountability, and the music industry. So, let's get into it and unpack what's happening, why it matters, and what we can learn from it. First, let's set the stage. Chris Brown, a Grammy-winning artist known for hits like Run It and No Guidance, has been denied bail in the UK and will remain in custody until June 13, 2025. This news broke earlier today, and it's a big deal because it directly threatens his upcoming 11/11 Europe tour, which was set to kick off on June 8 in Amsterdam. That's less than a month away, and with Brown behind bars, it's almost certain that he'll miss those opening dates, potentially disappointing thousands of fans who were ready to see him perform in cities like Manchester, London, and Dublin. Now, let's talk about why he's in this situation. The charges stem from an alleged assault that took place back on February 19, 2023, at the Tape nightclub in central London. According to reports, Brown is accused of attacking a music producer named Abe Dial with a bottle, striking him multiple times, chasing him, and then punching and kicking him. This wasn't a minor scuffle. Prosecutors have described it as an unprovoked attack with a weapon in a crowded nightclub, and there's even CCTV footage to back up these claims. Brown was arrested just yesterday, May 15, in Manchester, and today he appeared in Manchester Magistrates' Court, where Judge Joanne Hurst denied his bail. The court's decision to keep him in custody suggests they view the charges as serious and possibly see Brown as a flight risk, given his international status and resources. In the UK, the charge of grievous bodily harm with intent is no small matter. It carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment, though sentences are often less severe depending on the circumstances. What's interesting, and a bit perplexing, is the timing of this legal action. The incident happened over 2 years ago, in February 2023, but Brown wasn't arrested until now, May 2025. Why the delay? Well, cases involving high-profile figures like Brown can be complex. It often takes time to gather solid evidence, like witness statements and that CCTV footage I mentioned, or to navigate legal proceedings across borders. But this delay could also impact the case. Memories fade, and evidence might be harder to corroborate after so long, though the CCTV footage could be a game-changer for the prosecution. Let's shift gears and talk about the immediate impact on Brown's career. His 11/11 Europe tour was a big deal, with supporting acts like Bryson Tiller joining him for the UK and Europe legs, and Summer Walker for the US date. The tour was set to start in Amsterdam on June 8, with stops in Manchester, Cardiff, London, Birmingham, Glasgow, and Dublin. But with Brown in custody until June 13, the first few shows are almost certainly going to be postponed or cancelled. This isn't just a logistical headache, it's a financial hit. Think about the ticket sales, the production costs, the crew, and the venues, all of that gets thrown into chaos. And then there are the fans, many of whom have likely spent hard-earned money on tickets, travel, and accommodations, only to face disappointment. It's a ripple effect that goes far beyond Brown himself. But the damage isn't just financial, it's reputational too. The entertainment industry can be unforgiving when it comes to artists with legal troubles, especially when violence is involved. Brown might find it harder to secure future bookings, endorsements, or even perform in certain countries. Some venues and promoters might hesitate to work with him, fearing backlash or cancellations. And this isn't Brown's first brush with the law, which makes the situation even more complicated. Let's take a step back and look at his history. In 2009, Brown was convicted of assaulting his then-girlfriend Rihanna, a case that made global headlines and led to probation and community service. That incident severely damaged his public image, and while he's worked hard to rebuild through music, philanthropy, and public apologies, incidents like this one in London reignite the debate. Has Chris Brown really changed, or is this part of a pattern of behavior? Public reaction, especially on social media, reflects this divide. On X, posts from accounts like Popbase and Popcrave, which together garnered hundreds of thousands of views, highlight the mixed feelings. Some fans are devastated about the potential tour cancellations, sharing their frustration over missing out on seeing Brown perform. Others are calling for accountability, arguing that Brown needs to face consequences for his actions, especially given his past. It's a polarized conversation, and it underscores a broader question in our society. How do we balance giving someone a second chance with holding them accountable for repeated mistakes? This situation also shines a light on the bigger challenges celebrities face when legal issues collide with their careers. The entertainment industry often imposes what I'd call informal sanctions. Things like reduced airplay, fewer sponsorships, or public backlash that can hit an artist hard, even before a legal verdict is reached. And there's a chance Brown could face more than just criminal charges here. The victim, Abe Dial, might pursue a civil lawsuit, which could lead to even more financial and reputational damage for Brown. It's a reminder that fame doesn't shield you from consequences. In fact, it can amplify them, putting your every move under a microscope. Another lesson here is about the legal system itself, particularly in high-profile cases. The 2-year delay in charging Brown shows how complex these cases can be, especially when they cross international borders. But it also raises questions about justice and timing. For the victim, waiting over 2 years for action might feel like justice delayed, while for Brown, being arrested right before a major tour might feel like the system is stacking the deck against him. It's a complicated balance, and as this case moves forward, it'll be fascinating to see how the evidence, like that CCTV footage, plays out in court. So, where does this leave Chris Brown? Right now, he's in custody, facing serious charges, and his career is at a crossroads. The potential cancellation of his tour dates, the financial losses, and the reputational damage are all significant hurdles. But this story is also a chance for us to reflect on broader issues. How do we as a society handle celebrity accountability? How does the legal system navigate cases involving global stars? And how can someone like Brown, with undeniable talent but a troubled past, find a path forward? As we wrap up, I'll leave you with this thought. Chris Brown's story isn't over yet. His next hearing on June 13, 2025, will be a pivotal moment, and it'll be crucial to watch how this case unfolds, not just for Brown, but for the music industry and the conversation around second chances. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time for another deep dive into the stories that shape our world.